Hey guys, so for today's video I want to do something that is maybe a little bit controversial in the writing community at least, but if you've been following me for a while now, or at least for my writing journey, you know that I handwrite my first drafts. So this is kind of a big thing. Some people say, like some writers say, handwriting your first draft is a waste of time, and other people swear by it, and some people are just completely indifferent. So I wanted to make this video and give you the 5 reasons why I personally handwrite my first drafts. So here we go. Reason number 1 is the most superficial reason on this list, and that is simply because I like notebooks. Okay, I love going to a bookstore like Chapters and buying their really gorgeous notebooks. My personal favorites are the ones that are hardcover like this, where they've got the nice spine, but when you open them up, they're coil bound. So I don't know, and they look really nice, especially with the pens that I use. And it's just overall aesthetically pleasing to me. Like I've got this one, and like I see a pretty cover like this and I think I want to put a story in here, and it makes me feel good when I'm writing. It's just kind of like the trick of my mind. I'm doing something really pretty, it's aesthetically pleasing to me, I want to continue doing it, and just it gets me inspired. It's kind of like the whole hipster kind of like Pinterest mindset where you're keeping notebooks all the time. Like I just very much enjoy it. Reason number 2 that I write my first draft, enter tragic backstory. When I was first starting out, I had a story completely written and I only had my one draft saved onto my computer, which is naive, I know, but I was just beginning. I didn't have it backed up or anything, but I ended up by losing everything. And it hurts when you lose a lot. It's not fun at all, but since then I've been probably very paranoid about losing a first draft and, you know, technology, but I like writing it out. Well, I write it out and I put it on the computer, and then I have like 3 different things saved on the computer. But even if something were to happen, I still have this physical draft of my work. The story is still complete. Yes, it is the first draft and it's so gross and it's so rough, but at least the story is there all fleshed out, and I can work from that instead of having no copy to work from. So that's kind of the way I see it. So since that traumatic part of my past, I've been keeping the rough draft or the first draft or whatever you want to call it. I've been keeping that a physical copy, and it's done a lot to just ease my panic. So I really recommend having, even if you just do a computer draft but you print it out, just have it somewhere other than a computer, because you never know. You never know when your computer is just gonna stop working, or something will happen and a file will get like deleted, or you'll forget to save it, and like, just I recommend having a physical copy. It eases your mind. Reason number 3 gets a little bit into my actual writing process, and that is once I have my first draft, I do a read through, and I like reading through the actual physical copy, and I do what is called a sticky note edit, which I will make a video about in the future. But I do a sticky note edit, so there's sticky notes, there's highlights, there's everything, and I know that you can do this on a computer. I understand that, but to me it just feels way too cluttered. Like that I have to scroll through like 10 pages looking for all the same highlights, and it's just kind of, you know, the words like blur up and you're not really reading them kind of thing. I don't know, something about that I don't like. This way, I have the book in front of me, I'm flipping through pages, I have them all tabbed out in what colors, and specific colors mean specific things, so I just flip to the page, has that color. There's a highlight that goes with the sticky note. Everything is so organized and it's just so much easier. Reason number 4 is obviously I have to type out my book. I can't just send, like, could you imagine just sending this notebook to printers and be like, okay, print it? But no, you can't do that. That's not how this works. But so I have to have a computer copy. But see, the thing is that I've written it by hand. I've done a read through and I have sticky noted everything. I've technically already edited it. I just haven't implemented the edits. So I've edited it once fully. Then as I'm typing it up, I am reading what I've already written again, and I'm reading my edits, and I'm getting yet another chance to change things and to upgrade those edits, if you will. So by the time that I have an actual computer copy, I've already edited the entire manuscript twice, and I have gotten through all of the major issues. I have already worked out all these major issues so that I don't have to spend so much time on the computer deleting, hitting the delete button, because those mistakes aren't even there anymore because I've rewritten them already. I'm already 2 stages into a rewrite. So yes, did it take longer for me in physical copy? Yes, it did. But now I don't have to spend so much time nitpicking and making sure everything lines up because I've already done that. I've just written myself notes and now I get to write it all over again and think of new ideas and how to make it better, which I think is my favorite part because I much prefer the writing process to the editing process. So after doing 2 read-throughs, I'm just writing again and it's this swell of creativity and I'm not thinking too much about it. I'm just going with what works. And finally, reason number 5 is I don't like screens. This probably ties into why I personally do not enjoy ebooks. I skim. When I'm reading on a screen, I tend to skim through the words, and this is the exact same when it comes to my book. I find myself editing and I'm going through and I skip a few lines and I'm going through and it just doesn't work for me. And I think it's a me problem. Something's not okay with that. But I'm the one that has to deal with it. So that's why I like having a physical copy. I read it out first. I can see all the major issues. I'm not skimming. I'm reading a book. A physical book. Yes, it's mine and I'm making edits to it, but I'm actually reading through it and I'm not skipping things. And then I do it again once I have a computer copy. I have like 3 drafts into a computer copy, and then I print it out and I add it by hand because it helps me to see my mistakes. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, why don't you just highlight your mistakes on the computer and go back to them? Something about it doesn't work. I like the physical copy about it. Like I said, it's probably just me. I'm probably the only one that has to do this. I'm not the only one, but it feels like it sometimes. But I need the physical copy in front of me. So those are my reasons for handwriting my first copy of my manuscript. In the end, I think there's really shouldn't be a debate about this. It's kind of like, if you want to go right into the computer, do it. If you want to do a physical copy, handwritten first, do it. At the end of the day, we are all being creative. We are all putting stories out into the world, and writing a book is hard, okay? I've been writing a book for over a year now, and it's very difficult and it's very trying, but I think whatever makes it easier for you, do it. Just make it as easy as you can on yourself. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video here. I wanted to thank all of you for commenting, and I hope that you continue to comment on my videos. I enjoy talking to you. And I wanted to say that if you wanted to follow me on my social medias for pretty regular writing updates, I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, and the links will be down below. Also, you can go check out my website. Link is also below. And on my website, you can actually read the first chapter of my manuscript, Roses. So go do that. And like always, I put out new videos every Tuesday, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!